Homespun house. It has been a really, really long 2 weeks, to be honest. It feels like it's been forever since I last spoke with you guys. So I'm really happy to be able to say hello and spend a little bit of time together. I have been getting a lot of knitting done. And I think that's because I'm not doing loads of work. I mean, I'm on maternity leave. I'm not able to be selling bags in my shop, but I have been sewing up a couple of bags here and there and sewing up some special bags for some friends, and just kind of been enjoying being able to sew at my own pace. So I've been doing a little bit of that, but I've been doing, like I said, so much knitting, and it has just been fantastic. The thing that isn't fantastic is that Robert has been gone 7 days a week, working 7 days a week. So in the evenings, I've been getting lots of knitting done. And in the mornings, I've been doing a bit of knitting while Ruby sleeps. And then in the afternoon, not so much, because I'm getting 8:30 from Kita and we're at the park for a couple of hours, where I usually will knit on something small like a sock, or just a sock, that's it. So Ruby's asleep right now, and I thought this is just a perfect time to say hello and show you guys what I've been working on. I wanted to show you, I don't even think that you guys have, or maybe you did see this. I finished my Swedish Spring shawl by Maria Monska. She had a knit along for this and her lattice shawl, and the end date was June 5th. I didn't even post pictures. I participated a little bit in the chat thread. I posted one picture, but I didn't post a picture of my finished shawl, so that really stinks. Here it is finished. I knit this out of one of my most favorite speckle dyed yarns from the Wool Barn, and Maya is the dyer behind that. And she dyes the most amazing speckle yarns. I've talked about her before. I've showed you guys, I have 3 skeins left of hers. I have a greenish blue speckled, and then I have some heathery blue, and then a really dusky, beautiful rosy pink from her. And I used this one obviously for the shawl. I had the teeniest amount left, which I knit something else with, because I needed to use all of this yarn. I needed to touch this yarn as much as I could. I just really adored knitting with it. So here's the shawl. It's quite small. I had a very small amount left, like I said. I've already worn this. I've worn this down to the park when getting 8:30. So it looks really nice on. It keeps the neck so nice and warm. This is her MCN base, so it's a merino cashmere nylon, and I love it. It was so much fun to knit. Extremely addictive, in my opinion. And I went ahead and I added a picot edge, because I love shawls with picot. Especially this shawl, I thought it was so dainty that I thought a picot edge would be so perfect for it. And I haven't knit that many shawls, to be honest. I think in all of my knitting, I have maybe knit 10 shawls, I would say, which for some that maybe sounds like a lot, but for as long as I've been knitting, it is nothing. And I've really only just become knitting shawls. I can remember the first shawl I ever knit, I think I was 16. My mom has it. And it is knit out of a it's knit out of different greens, a dark green, a light green, almost a lime green. And it's quite large. It must just be a merino. It's definitely not a superwash. I remember it's something that would felt. I originally bought this yarn. I wish I could show it to you, but I remember I originally bought it for making some felted placemats. This was when felting was really popular. And obviously I didn't do that, so I ended up knitting a really lacy, but just with yarn over, kind of like the campsite shawl, but with way more yarn overs, if you can believe that. shawl with it. And then I stopped knitting shawls for a very long time. And I remember my mom didn't wear it at all. It always hung over this really old, vintage, beautiful green, sort of like love seat, you could say. It's not a really cozy love seat like you imagine. It was wood, and then it had this really pretty velvety, like olivey, mossy green fabric on it. I would love to have that in my house. Oh, it was gorgeous, so gorgeous. I haven't seen it at my parents' house. It's packed away, I would imagine, or I don't know, because they've moved since I've moved to Germany. So anyway, then once I moved to Berlin, I got quite into shawl knitting again. It's so funny, as I'm talking about shawl knitting, I'm slowly remembering all the shawls I've knit, and I bet I've knit maybe 12 to 15, maybe 10 is too little. A bit of them I've given away, and oh my goodness, I've definitely knit at least 15 shawls. They're all coming back right now. And yeah, so this one was a lot of fun. This pattern is definitely one of my top 3 favorite patterns for shawl knitting. I of course love my Whispering Pines shawl pattern. That's the next shawl I think I want to cast on. I also want to cast on Exploration Station. Thank you so much. I don't want to say your name. Can I say your name? Maybe I won't, just in case. For gifting me that pattern. That was so sweet. I cannot wait to cast that pattern on. I think it will be so much fun. I think it will take forever to pick what colors I want to knit with it. But yeah, so I would say in my top favorite shawl patterns of the moment would be Whispering Pines, Swedish Spring. It's so fun, like I said. I love the texture at the top, and then the lace at the bottom was fun. It wasn't so much lace. When I finished with the 2 lace repeats, I was done with the lace. I don't think I would have wanted to keep going. So it's the perfect size, perfect amount of that lace pattern, and I really enjoyed it. It was really nicely written. I don't think I was ever confused. I used the charts. I started knitting this before she added the written instructions, because originally it was just chart instructions, and it is definitely worth purchasing the pattern if you love knitting shawls. I knit this with 400 yards of yarn, and you could block it even bigger if you wanted. I don't have blocking boards, I don't have blocking wires, so I just kind of wet blocked this and steamed it a little bit, because Danielle from Caffeinated Gert, I have never watched this podcast. I just started watching it, I think 2 weeks ago, and I love it so far. I really, really love it. I tried watching it one time a while ago, and I just watched one episode and I wasn't so into it. I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't know how you can not mean that in a mean way, but I recently decided to try it again, and I loved it. And I thought, what in the world? How were you not into this before? Both of their personalities. So I think it's Danielle and Allie. I hope that your name is Allie. I know your username is Craftsy Allie, so I just assume that your name is Allie. I haven't watched all of the episodes. I think they maybe only have 15 now. And I love it. They knit with yarn that is so outside of my comfort zone. It is crazy. They're really into rainbowy, bright yarn, neon yarns. So while it's yarns that I wouldn't personally knit with, I have so much fun seeing the way that they knit up and the projects that they knit. They are both designing constantly, which just boggles my mind, because designing takes loads of time. And writing up patterns takes up so much time. So I definitely lift my hat off to both of them, because they are insane designers, and they're just fun. Their personality back and forth, their chatter is, I really, really enjoy listening to them. And I know that now their podcast will be one of those podcasts that I'm excited to see pop up on my feed. So if you've given them a try and weren't really into them, give them another try. Just try it again. It's a fun podcast to watch and enjoy, and it's called Caffeinated Knitting. So check it out. Yeah, so there is that shawl. I feel like I have so many things behind me. I don't even know where to start, and I don't even know what is in each bag. I guess since I'm showing finished objects, I can show my socks that I finished. The second sock of my Zauberball Fliederduft socks. So this is the first one that you guys already saw. No ends are woven in. I still have to do that, just like my grandma. She does the same thing, as I've mentioned. It's hereditary, I guess. So there's the first one. The second one knit up so much more beautiful. And now I'm realizing that every single podcaster, tons of people on on Instagram are knitting Fliederduft colorway. So many people. So yeah, I really like it. It was a lot of fun to knit. I will definitely be casting on another pair of Zauberball socks very soon. It's yarn that's a lot of fun to knit with. It feels nice between your fingers. It moves nicely on the needles. It's just a really easy merino nylon, totally standard sock base. And it ends up looking quite hand-spun, I think. And I really like the look of it. I want, the next Zauberball that I'm buying, I think is called Wolke 8. I've been wanting this for a while. I don't even know why I didn't order it with my last purchase. And then I saw Sarah from Love Sock will knit a pair with it, and I thought, that's it. I need to buy that skein at some point. I just bought 9. I bought a lot of sock yarn just recently from Drops. They had a massive sale, and I bought a lot of sock yarn. Just plain, solid color sock yarn, because I really, really like the aesthetic of that. I've been knitting a lot of my socks with colorful sock yarn, and I really want to knit some just plain one colored socks. So I'll show you those probably in the next podcast. I'm sure that those will be coming in because I haven't received that package yet. So this is just a standard, I guess I can show you the entire sock again. This is just a standard sock, vanilla sock, cuff down, fish lips kiss heel, and these will go to my mom. She watched the episode and said that she really liked the way that they were turning out. So then as soon as I finished those, I immediately cast on for another pair of socks. I'm using O Loops yarn in the Antique Lace colorway. This is an 80/20 sock. It's their gold sock. It's superwash merino and nylon, 400 yards. And O Loops has an Etsy shop. They also have a podcast called Fiber by Design with Sarah and Lydia. And it's wonderful. I also love their podcast. I love them as people. They are so nice and genuine and funny, and they are really like group orientated. They really always try and bring their group together and do things in their Ravelry community, and I think that is really nice. So I cast on a sock with this yarn, and as soon as I cast it on, I was going to do a textured pattern. And then I thought, I think that this yarn is so beautiful, it really, really needs a cabled pattern. So I stopped. I was down at the park, and I thought, I can't, or no, yeah, I was at a park with Tina and Emma and Elodie. They were at kind of like a water-ish park. And we were there for quite a long time, and I ended up I tried to do some cables. It did not work out. I could not concentrate. I kept messing it up, and it was just terrible. So I stopped and said, I'm not working on that anymore. And so that will turn into a really pretty pair of cabled socks. And I'm almost positive it will go to a friend of mine, because I think she will really appreciate and could really use a pair of socks. She's going through a little bit of a hard time, and I would love to knit some love into some socks for her. And the next thing that I finished, I wanted to show you this actually after the shawl, but I completely forgot. So I started making some bunny nuggets. This is a pattern by Rebecca Danger, and it's hilarious. I absolutely love these. So I stuffed these ones with lavender again, like I do my Bird of Happiness, which I haven't knit in forever, but I have a feeling I'm going to be knitting quite a bit of these bunny nuggets. Now, they are easy. They are so easy. You can memorize the pattern. I would say after knitting it twice. The first time I kind of had an idea, but I still wanted to look back after knitting my second one because yes, I did knit two. And this is the leftover, the Wool Barn yarn. And I just did some colonial knots, which are a little bit bigger than French knots. And then I just embroidered the nose on. And I think she's so cute. And I made these for some friends of mine as well. So there's that one with the Wool Barn yarn in her pink speckle colorway. And then this one is pretty snazzy. This one is with Wool and Vine yarns in her Octopus Garden colorway. The vibrancy of those colors is ridiculous. And I thought it would knit up so cute into a bunny nugget. I knit it on the same needles, it's a little bit finer yarn, so that one came out a little bit smaller. And she's adorable too, I love her. And I put this in case the recipient wants to hang her anywhere. On the wall, just put a little nail in the wall and hang her in the kitchen, or there are so many options. On a lamp, so many options. You can do whatever you want with them. But I had so much fun knitting them, and they are really, really quick and perfect for those teeny tiny leftover skeins. I think you need less to make a bunny nugget than you need for a square on your blanket, which I haven't knit on in a while, I think. If I knit one square on it in the past 2 weeks, I'm sorry, it's easy to forget. Crazy as it is, I have another sock project going on. And I've made a bit of progress on this, so I have really, really been wanting to make Robert some socks because I haven't made him socks in a while, and I was kind of a little bit nervous about knitting him socks because I will never stop mentioning this because I knit him a pair of socks. I've knit him 3 or 4 pair, and he lost 1 pair, and he wears a size 46, I think is a US size 14. And so those socks take a really, really long time to knit. And I have some Patton's Croy yarn in their stripes, and this is the colorway. So it's greens, and then this is mint green. It maybe looks white, and then some lighter purples, and then a deep plum. So I know that 100 grams is definitely not enough for Robert because he usually takes about 150 grams almost. So I am using some Quince & Company for the heel and toe, and this yarn match is perfect. So I have decided to do these 2 at a time, kind of, on my Carbons 2.5 Knit Pro needles. So I haven't knit the leg as long as I normally would. I've knitted for 22 centimeters and the cuff. And then I've started this heel, and then I'll start this heel. But I cannot believe that I already have 2 cuffs done. I have 1 heel. Now I have to start this cuff. And I don't know why these zoomed by so quickly. Honestly, I have no idea. I knit on them quite a bit on Sunday. We spent a lot of time outside. We always spend a lot of time outside lately, it seems. While Robert's gone, I just take the girls outside to the park and they AOD plays. There are a lot of kids there, and it's so much nicer than being inside. We don't have a yard, so it's not like I can just open the door and play outside. And she wants to be outside all the time. All the time. She's always, can we go outside? And then we go outside and stay for hours during the day. And like I said, it's just really nice because Ruby is either sleeping in the stroller because she's a newborn and she sleeps all the time. I have so many people asking, how are you getting so much knitting done? You just had a baby. But I've already had a baby. So for me, Elodie. I've never been really uptight or nervous or felt like I don't know what I'm doing with my children. So I'm extremely relaxed. To me, it just seems like my second arm. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just such a natural thing that she sleeps and I get my housework done throughout the day and pay attention to her always when she's awake. And I get my knitting done and am able to relax and enjoy myself and my time, because we as mothers are not only mothers, you know, we're not the people who are cleaning the house and taking care of the children. While that's something that we do, that's something that I do, I also have my own identity, and I want to spend my free time when Elodie's not here knitting if everything is done, and that is what I do, and I'm not ashamed of that. It's who I am. I like to be creating something with my hands, and so that's what I do on my downtime, as long as the house is clean and everything is done, and the fridge is full, and yeah. So I think I'm a pretty good planner, and I just manage those things well. So yeah, I did a lot of knitting on my sock, as I mentioned. Whoop, all down. And yeah, so that was a really fun Sunday afternoon, and I've just been picking these up when I have a really, not when I don't have a lot of time. And it's really crazy how much knitting you can get done when, you know, you pick it up 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 5 minutes here. 1-2 rows can make such a big difference. And I don't even know when I cast these on. I think I cast them on Saturday, and today is Friday. I've been knitting slowly on other things, and it's awesome that I have 2 legs done, so, and a heel. So exciting. Just nice. And I'm really excited to have a pair of socks for Robert. I already have some yarn for the next pair. These are in my Freckled Whimsy bag. I really love this bag. I know so many podcasters have been showing Freckled Whimsy bags lately, but they're really nice. They're nicely made. They stand up well. It has a square bottom, which is large enough that it can stand, because I know some square bottoms are really narrow and they tend to fall over quite easily. And I like this fabric. It's really well made. It's quite small. This one is anyway. She has a lot of different sizes, but it fits my socks in there perfectly. I think there's probably about 120 grams of yarn in there with my socks and my needles. I have a chapstick in here, and what else? My tape measure for measuring how long it is. So that is that. What else have I been working on? I finished my featherweight. It feels amazing. It really, really feels amazing. Last night I cast off the collar. I think it was 342 stitches. So it was a really, really long knit. I knit the collar in rib, knit one, purl one, for 18 rows, and then I bound off. It's wet, it's blocking, so it's such a pity. I wish I could show it to you. I don't even know what I was thinking when I blocked it. I did it last night, and it is quite humid and warm here, 27 degrees. Tomorrow will be 32. Elodie's at her grandparents' house. She just left on the train today. Ridiculous. I will tell you about that at the end, because it is a whole shocking thing. So I think that's really all that I've been knitting. I wanted to talk to you about something, and then I have some giveaway prizes, because I completely forgot and didn't really have time to draw winners for our favorite things knit along. I'm sure you guys wondered, okay, what's going on with those prizes? And the Shop Luli project bag giveaway. But before I talk about those things, I wanted to tell you guys about a project that my husband Robert is doing. So he is an actor, and his heart is with, you know, performing and being in theater. He has done some big commercials like Google and with Pickup, and he's done some short movies and things like that. And but he's really into performing, and for him that's just really important. And so he's in a group called Dolly Takes a Trip, and they are participating in a thing called 48 Stunden, and that means 48 hours in Neukölln. And the theme is Art Saves the World. And so you kind of have to interpret that as yourself. There are tons of different groups participating, performance groups and things like that, all over Berlin. And they're all playing in this 48-hour time period in different places in Neukölln, which is just kind of a section in Berlin. And how they decided that art would save the world, for them, they wanted to do something local. They didn't want to reach so far away. They wanted to do something local and special for here in Berlin. And in Berlin, there are so many of these, you know, young hipster pubs opening, and just a lot of new faces, and a lot of the really, really old pubs are being shut down and being closed, and they're not being recognized. And so they really wanted to find one that they thought really needed their help. And so they found one in Berlin that they decided that they would choose for their performance. And how they want to help this pub is they want to install a stage, they want to get lighting, and obviously a little sound system. So they will be performing at the end of this month. And I know most of you can't go and see it, so I'm not going to go and ask you to see it. But they're doing this for completely no money. They're not getting any money for this performance. You're not paying for your ticket. It's just something that they want to do to bring publicity to this place and to help it out. And they have a startup page, and it's startnext.com/Dolly Takes a Trip, and then -retten, which is RETTEN, and that means to save. And it's mostly all in German. You can go and click on in English, and you can donate however much you want. For people who are local, there are different things that you can get for donating. You can get a DVD of the performance. You can come and have your tires fixed. You can take a special acting course, and they're not getting paid for any of this. It's just completely coming from their heart, because they love performing and because they really want to help this pub. So by getting the stage and the lighting and the sound system, they're making it possible for other maybe people who write poetry or other performers or other musicians to have a place where they can go and perform and show what they love to do. And obviously by them having people perform inside of this pub, it brings people into the pub. And it's a pub that maybe otherwise would be having to close down soon. And so I think that's really neat and really special, and would be amazing if you guys, if any of you are interested in donating something towards that. The place where you donate, it just says, you know, it's quite self-explanatory. You click at the top and you click in English, and then all of the information will be in English. There's a video you can even watch, which is in German, but you can see all of them, all of the people who are in Dolly Takes a Trip, which is the name of their group. And then you can donate what you want. So now on to the giveaway. So we had Shop Luli on Etsy donated this adorable, adorable fabric bag, linen. It is massive. It's not so wide, it's quite narrow, as you can see, but it's stiff. You could wear it as a hat if you wanted. And you could fit quite a bit of yarn in here, I'm sure. And it's so cute. I love cat bags. I think they're so funny. I think they're really neat. So this is the one that she's giving away. And the person who won this is number 157, Knit Gal 2. And her name is Pam. I think you live in Illinois. I cannot even remember. If not, your name is Pam. Your name is Knit Gal 2. And so this will be yours. Send me your address, and if I don't hear from you, I guess in 2 weeks, I will pick another winner. So you will love it. I love my Shop Luli bag. Like I said, they're really nicely made. It's drawstring. You can fit definitely a shawl in here. You could fit a child's sweater in here. And yeah, thank you so much, Lee, for offering that, for giving away. So the other 2 prizes, the next one is, this was kind of a package. This was from our favorite things Knitalong. I am so sorry it has been forever since that ended, but I want to get these out to you guys. So this is Your Mom Knits. It's her Octo Sport base, 100% superwash merino and 270 yards. Really generous for sport weight yarn. Usually you get a 200 yard skein or so. So 270 yards. And then a pair of my favorite Knit Pro Carbons 2.5. I use these for socks. Magic loop. Love them. If you're a really tight knitter, you might get, you might have a hard time slipping your stitches, because I had that problem at first with my Knit Pro 2.5 circular needles. My gauge has changed so much since having a baby. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I have loosened up so much. My stitches flow so fluidly on these needles. I have zero problem. So this is for Nina! Can you believe it? Okay, I cannot believe that Nina, you won this yarn, EENAE, post number 646. I'm so excited. I'm so excited when I saw that. So Nina, send me your address. In the next 2 weeks, if I don't hear from you, someone else is gonna get it. Although I know I will hear from you. So I'm really excited to see what you knit up with this. A toy maybe? I'm curious what you'll knit up with it. If you'll knit something up with it, I hope you like it. So the next thing that we had for giveaway is my absolute favorite fiber company for Rolags and bats. Just amazing. So this is Ren and Ollie, her Sprinkle, Bump, and Bats, the Sherbet Fizz bat. And this is Merino and Tussa Silk, 146 grams. So you're getting a lot. So here's what it is. And it's amazing. It's amazing, amazing fiber prep. You will love it. So that's number 269. I hope you as well love the colors. Get in touch with me with your address. You will have so much fun spinning this. So much fun. I love Ren and Ollie prep. I couldn't remember if I showed this to you. So I love sewing 8OD skirts, and she loves skirts. And I talked to my mom, and she told me that she still hasn't seen the little patchwork skirt that I sewed for 8OD. So this is it. It's just with some extra fabrics that I made. I made this a while ago, and I've made a couple of skirts like this since then. Elodie has 2 of them with her right now at her Oma's. And it has 2 pockets made out of linen. So there's one and there's the other. And then there is some vintage trimming on there. And then with the purple bunchen. And I love it. She loves it. She wears it all the time. And that was really fun. Pretty quick and easy to make. I really want to start sewing. I want to make a washi dress so bad. I guess while we're talking about sewing, we can show some of the project bags that I've made for the shop. So I love this. So many people have been talking about homesteading and having their own chickens and being able to have their own eggs. And so I just thought this fabric is so perfect. This one, which is one of Robert's favorites. I love this with all of the adorable little children's clothing on it. They all need to have zipper pulls added to them. Strawberry tea party. This one's really cool. I have my bunnies on there, but with the canning, this one really reminds me of my mom. Also fitting that nice homestead theme. So I like that. They're all quite summery. I have oodles and oodles of fabric. You guys have no idea. Once I start updating the shop, you won't even know what to do with yourself. I received quite a bit of yarn in the mail. I mentioned the last episode that Tina and I made an order together. And I have never knit with Drops Fabe, so I decided to get their beige. It's 101 colorway. And I want to just knit a pair of fun textured or cabled socks with this. It feels really nice. So I went ahead and ordered loads of colorways from them before their 35% off sale ended. And I like it. I don't know if it's superwash. I think it is. It is. And then I ordered, I can just show you one of these, I guess. 3 skeins of their baby alpaca silk. So it's baby alpaca and mulberry silk. A lot of people are knitting their water lily with this yarn in particular. And I think it feels really nice. I think it feels quite heavenly if you ask me, because I love alpaca. But again, I know my mom, who is quite sensitive, and I actually bought that to knit her a Whispering Pines shawl with. But I do not want to spend the time knitting that for her and have her get it and think, okay, this is way too scratchy. So Tara from Spin Monkeys, I'm getting a gray, really, really pretty hand-dyed tonal gray yarn from her that will be so special, and I will use that for my mom's Whispering Pines shawl. And it's way more special than that Drops yarn, so I'm happy that that ended up not working out. I don't know what I'll use that for now, but definitely something. I really like it. Probably a shawl. We will see. Then I got this big yarn, which is crazy because I have not knit with bulky yarn in, I don't even know. So Drops alpaca. It's alpaca and wool. 65% wool, 35% alpaca. It's their Andes, or Andes, as the Germans say. And it is a gorgeous heathered, bulky blue yarn. I love this color. I got it to knit Ruby a tunic because she has the most beautiful blue eyes, really light brown hair, and blue looks just stunning on her. So that would be a tunic for the fall winter. And then I got the Drops Charisma. This is 100% wool. It's superwash. And I got this in, I think it's hellblau colorway. Or is it hell jeans blau? I don't remember. But I got this for featherweight. And I think it will become a featherweight. It looks way different than the picture because Lanada is terrible for having the right picture, as far as the colorway is so off in comparison to the picture. So this looks nothing like what I thought it did, but I still like it. Not as much, but I like it. I think it will look really nice once knit up. So what else did I order? I ordered all of the sock yarn. I ordered a sweater's worth of the Nepal in the jeans blau colorway. I really want to knit a pullover that Alicia Plummer just designed. So it's totally an Alicia Plummer month. I just finished her campsite shawl. I want to knit another one, and I want to knit her pullover. We'll see if that's actually what it becomes. I like cardigans a lot. I think that we'll see. I'm pretty sure it will become a pullover. We will see. So that will be fun. It should be arriving any day. And I know Danny from Little Bobbins has a knit-along going on soon, if it hasn't even started, for using those bundles of yarn that are for a specific project. I don't know if it can be new yarn. I have 3 skeins of Linné yarn in her Lint Liquor colorway that I originally bought for knitting a boxy by Joji Locatelli, and I could even start that, but I don't know how much I am really in love with that cardigan anymore, or if that fingering weight yarn needs to be turned into something else. So many decisions, so many choices. I really want to do a knit along sometime soon. I really want to do a knit along. I think it would be fun. I want to bring some more community to our group. I really want to do some sort of swap sometime soon. I think that would be really fun. I'm doing a couple of swaps with some friends right now. I think I'm doing 4 that I will have sent out by the end of next week. So I will be open for fun swaps in the upcoming future. So like I said, Elodie is at her Oma and Opa's. Robert just took her to the train at about 11:30. I have no idea what time it is. I think it's 12, quarter after 12. And it's her first, she's staying there from this morning, Friday morning, until Sunday afternoon. So she's been to her Oma and Opa's without us once. They live 2 hours away by the train. And she had a lot of fun in the day, but then when the evening came, she cried, and I guess it was terrible. She missed us so much. And my heart just broke. I felt so bad. This was maybe a year ago. She was 2.5 years old. She really wanted to go, but once she got there and once nighttime came, she realized it wasn't okay. So when Robert's mom was here, when Ruby was born, they did so much stuff together. They had so much fun, and I think Elodie decided then that she wanted to go ahead and try to spend another weekend at her Oma and Opa's. And so this weekend is Kinderfest, and it's Laterne Umzug, and they're going to a little Tierpark. And what all of those things mean is it's the children's festival, and they do face painting and they play fun games, and there's lots of fun food and activities going on for the children. So that will be this afternoon, and then in the evening is Laterne Umzug, and that's where they have lanterns that they walk around with and sing songs, and they have a huge bonfire where they eat Würstchen, and just really fun, and they do that in the nighttime. And then tomorrow it will be really warm. It will be 32 degrees, like I said, so maybe they go swimming. I'm curious what all they'll do. I know they're going to the animal park, which is kind of like an animal petting zoo. And I hope she has a fantastic time. I'm a little bit nervous, of course, because last time was so rough, that I hope she has fun. I will definitely miss her a lot. Because Robert has been gone the past over a month every single day. So we've been really spending lots of time together, Elodie and I, which has been really nice because, you know, Ruby has just been born, and you always kind of hope that the other kid doesn't get left out, and that hasn't been how it has been at all, because, like I said, Ruby sleeps so much, and when Elodie's home from Kita, and in the evenings and on the weekends, we are able to spend a lot of time doing things together, playing games, going to parks, creating, and just spending time together. So it's really nice. And I always bring her to bed. Unless Robert's here, then he will bring her to bed. So it's worked really nicely. I want to tell you about some delicious granola bars that I made. So I will show them to you. I got these, of course, from Minimalist Baker. This is what they look like. They're vegan. And you guys, they are so delicious. So what's in them is dates, honey, almond butter, almonds. I put some cashews, although they were not in the recipe. I love cashews. They're one of my favorite nuts. Cashews and pistachios, those are my favorite. And whole oats, chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, and that's it. It really takes 5 minutes to prepare. It's so simple. As soon as they were already pressed into the pan, you roast the oats and the nuts in the oven first. So that takes a little bit longer, but it's no prep. You mix them together, put it into a pan, and then I just put it in the freezer for an hour. It hardened. I tried one immediately. Delicious. Elodie likes them. Took her a bit when she had her first bite. She wasn't sure if she liked it or not, but in the end she loved it. And Emma ate it. Tina and Mishi both had some. Mishi is short for Michael, if you guys are wondering, because I've had someone ask me. And yeah, so I definitely want to make more of those, have more of those around. I've been having one of those for my breakfast with my coffee. It's so nice because I love to have something sweet in the morning. So those have just been great and healthy to have for breakfast rather than like a piece of chocolate or something like that. So it's been wonderful. It's been really nice to chat with you guys again. I've been having so much fun knitting and finishing my knitting objects, and I cannot wait to start knitting on my featherweight from my fairy hair woolen vine yarn from Kristen of the Yarngasm podcast, which I'm sure most of you have checked out, but if you haven't, run on over and check out her video podcast. It's fantastic. She knits beautiful things. She dyes amazing yarn. She is an amazing friend of mine. I love her to pieces. She's so sweet, so cool, and I couldn't say anything bad about her. So I'm really excited to start knitting on that cardigan again. I'm knitting that on my rosewood needles, which I love. I didn't think I would stop knitting with my carbons. And I can't wait to pick up that project again. Who knows, maybe it'll be finished in a week or two. Probably not. I think definitely not. But yeah, I would love to pick up a cross-stitch project. I see that Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery is, I think, putting out soon some sort of Christmas sampler, which I'm interested in. I want to see how big it is. I don't really trust myself to tackle a really big project right now. So it's been great. I'm really happy to see you guys again, to talk with you again, and I will see you all in a week or two. We'll see.